We're live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Nipakshi Khurana, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Tsunami warning lifted after a 7.0 Earth magnitude earthquake hits California's coast, prompting millions to evacuate. Emmanuel Macron pledges to stay in office, will name new Prime Minister soon. Syrian rebels claim full control of Hama after military withdrawal, big setback for President Bashar al-Assad. And in sports, Indian cricket team to take on Australia in the second test match at Adelaide. Visitors lead the 5-match Border Gavaskar Trophy series by 1-0. Well, on to the top story. A powerful earthquake of magnitude 7 hit off the coast of a sparsely populated area of Northern California on Thursday, triggering widespread fear and evacuations. Coastal towns scrambled as a tsunami warning extended 500 miles across California and Oregon. However, the alert was cancelled 90 minutes later, bringing relief to 4.7 million affected residents. The quake, centered 39 miles west of Ferndale at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers, caused no reported injuries or major damage. California Governor Gavin Newsom said that he was concerned about damage in Northern California and that he had signed a state of emergency declaration that would facilitate assistance for the impacted areas.
As our SOC, we've referred all our efforts to focus now on a 7.0 earthquake in Northern California. There was a tsunami warning that came out. That tsunami warning was lifted. It is part of a protocol. Tsunami warnings, anytime you're 5.0 or greater around a coastal region, typically goes into effect. It allows us to back off through abundance of caution. That was lifted. Nonetheless, we're concerned about damage, particularly in the northern part of the state, in Del Norte and Mendocino, in Humboldt County as a consequence of that.
While stressing on the importance of trade with Mexico and immigrant labor, California Governor Gavin Newsom portrayed the Republican President-elect Donald Trump's planned 25% tariff on goods from Mexico and Canada as a tax on Americans who could see increased prices if the plan moves forward when Trump takes office on January 20th. Newsom and California Attorney General Rob Bonta have emerged as prominent Democratic opponents of Trump's agenda, pledging to defend the state's liberal policies. Newsom called the Trump tariff plans one of the biggest tax increases in U.S. history. And Syrian rebels captured the city of Hama on Thursday after the military withdrew its troops from Hama in another setback for President Bashar al-Assad. The leader of the Islamist militant group, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, Abu Muhammad al-Javlani, declared victory in Hama and vowed there would be no revenge. Earlier, HTS fighters and their allies took over Hama Central Prison and released inmates amid fierce battles, while the military said it had redeployed troops outside the city. The rebels took the main northern city of Aleppo last week and have since pushed south from their enclave in northwest Syria. Fighting has raged around villages outside Hama for 2 days, but once rebels entered the city, the battle ended in hours. Syria's defense minister addressed the nation on state television on Thursday to say the loss of the city of Hama to the rebels was temporary.
I affirm that what happened in the city of Hama today is a temporary technical measure. Our forces remain positioned around the city of Hama, fully prepared and ready to carry out their national and constitutional duties.
Well, meanwhile, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said there is an urgent need for immediate humanitarian access to all the civilians in need in Syria and a return to a UN-facilitated political process to end the bloodshed.
After 14 years of conflict, it is high time for all parties to engage seriously with Geir Pedersen, my special envoy for Syria, to finally chart a new, inclusive and comprehensive approach to resolving this crisis in line with Security Council Resolution 2254. It's time for serious dialogue. I once again urge all those with influence to do their part for the long-suffering people of Syria.
Well, in Romania, several thousand rally in capital Bucharest in support of a pro-European presidential candidate a few days before key elections. Demonstrators said they fear their democratic rights are under threat. In the upcoming second round of the presidential election on Sunday, centrist Elena Lesconi will run against far-right NATO critic Călin Georgescu, whose victory could isolate Romania in the West and erode its support for Ukraine. Călin Georgescu, a past admirer of Russian President Vladimir Putin, took most of the votes in the first round, sparking fears about the future of the EU and NATO members and triggering protest, especially among the youth people. Under a Georgescu presidency, Romania would join Hungary and Slovakia as Russia sympathizers on the eastern flank of NATO. Romania shares a long border with Ukraine and has been a staunch supporter of Kyiv since the full-scale conflict in 2022. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has accused Russia of undermining democratic processes, including influencing the presidential election in Romania. He called for renewed vigilance to uphold the standards set by the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe.
In Moldova, the OSCE affirmed a well-administered runoff, despite Russian interference. And now Romanian authorities are uncovering a Russian effort, large in scale and well-funded, to influence the recent presidential election, contrary to OSCE standards. Meanwhile, in Georgia, observers shed light on troubling reports of voter intimidation and efforts by the ruling party to tilt the playing field in its favor.
And U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on Thursday appointed former PayPal Chief Operating Officer David Sachs to be his White House artificial intelligence and crypto czar. Trump said Sachs will work on a legal framework so the crypto industry has the clarity it has been asking for and can thrive in the U.S. Sachs has held key leadership roles in the tech industry, including serving as COO and product leader at PayPal and founding Hama, where he was CEO. Over the years, Sachs has been a prominent figure in venture capital and technology innovation. And moving on, French President Emmanuel Macron reaffirmed he would stay on until the end of his mandate in May 2027 in an address to the nation after lawmakers toppled his government led by Michel Barnier. In a 10-minute speech, he added that the new government should represent a variety of parties willing to take part in it or at least agree not to censure it. Meanwhile, Macron has asked Barnier and his government to stay in a caretaker capacity until a new government is formed. French President Emmanuel Macron will appoint a new Prime Minister in the coming days, whose top priority will be getting a 2025 budget adopted by the Parliament. A special law to roll over the 2024 budget and avoid any gap will be put forward by mid-December. Then the new government will prepare a full budget early next year, in particular to account for inflation for a vote by Parliament.
I will never take the blame for the lack of responsibility of others, and notably lawmakers, who choose knowingly to bring down the budget and the government of France a few days before Christmas. The mandate you democratically gave me is a 5-year mandate, and I will carry it out fully until the end. We can't allow ourselves to be divided or to do nothing. That's why I will name a Prime Minister in the coming days. I will ask them to form a government in the general interest, representing all the political parties who can participate in it, but at least who agree not to bring it down.
And now let's take a look at other stories making news around the world. The United States is delaying its planned return to the moon from 2026 to mid-2027, citing heat shield issues and other problems plaguing its Orion crew capsule. NASA's first moon mission, Artemis 1, was unveiled in 2017 as NASA's ambitious program to establish a long-term presence on the moon and apply those lessons to eventual Mars mission. It was an uncrewed test flight to the moon and back in 2022 after multiple delays. The American Museum of Natural History revealed the identity of its latest resident on Thursday, Apex, one of the most complete specimens of the spiny-backed dinosaur known as Stegosaurus ever discovered. Stegosaurus was a herbivorous dinosaur that walked on 4 legs and lived around 150 million years ago during the Jurassic period. The fossil was found in Colorado and fetched a record $44.6 million at the Sotheby's auction in July. While Sotheby's will host its first auction of American football star Tom Brady's watch and memorabilia collection on 10th of December, Brady's collection featuring 21 watches showcases a diverse range from sports to modern to vintage. The collection includes an Audemars Piguet 99 Royal Oak the Roast, personalized with Brady's name in diamonds. It is estimated to fetch between $400,000 to $800,000. U.S. President Joe Biden attended the annual U.S. National Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony, the last of his presidency in Washington, on Thursday. For over 100 years, this cherished tradition has marked the start of the holiday season in the U.S. Capitol. A new Paul McCartney £5 coin collection has been released by the Royal Mint on Friday. The coin design honors the former Beatle and iconic musician's career and features his magic piano design, signature, a Hofner violin bass guitar, the Wings logo and piano notes personally chosen by McCartney. And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. RBI Governor to unveil the 5th monetary policy of the current financial year 2024-2025. Centre approves tourism fund for Madhya Pradesh. And in sports, for the 6th time in a row, world champion Ding Liren and India's D. Gukesh played out a draw at the World Chess Championship.
I'm on a quest to explore the history of Goa. A land steeped in diverse and intersecting cultures and traditions.
I think this is one of my favorite pieces of art in the city.
Here, influences from multiple faiths coalesce in beautiful ways. From religious sites to charming villages and vibrant streets. Watch postcards from Goa on National Geographic.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked, we just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Lipakshi Khurana, and moving on. Israel has maintained that there is still a chance to strike a hostage deal with Hamas in the midst of raging conflict. India asserted that its relations with Israel is based on the country's interest. Here's more on the developments.
The Israel-Hamas conflict has entered a crucial phase and possible breakthrough, with Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz saying that Israel had pressured Hamas to the extent that a hostage deal with the Iranian-backed group might be possible. Speaking to soldiers at an Air Force base in central Israel, Katz said that due to increasing military pressure, there is a chance that this time we will really be able to advance a hostage deal.
There is a chance that this time we will really be able to advance a hostage deal, and we are working on this matter and see this goes before our eyes. Of course, in future, Hamas cannot control Gaza. This is absolutely clear because of what has happened and because of what may happen.
Meanwhile, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced in a statement on Wednesday that the body of a hostage had been recovered from the Gaza Strip. 38-year-old Itai Swarsky was kidnapped during Hamas's surprise attack, and his body was recovered in an operation by the Shin Bet Internal Security Agency, aided by the military. In the midst of all these developments, during the question hour in India's upper house of parliament, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar asserted that India's relations with Israel is based on the country's interests.
Where Israel is concerned, it is a country with which we have a strong record of cooperation in national security. It is also a country that has stood by us at different moments when our national security was under threat. So when we take any decision, we will bear in mind, obviously, the larger circumstances, but we will definitely be driven by our national interest in this matter.
India's External Affairs Minister also said that India gives importance to relations with Palestine and supports its status as a separate nation.
We support a two-state solution, and we have been public and unambiguous about that. So I think there should be no cause for confusion regarding two-state solution.
Meanwhile, the Israeli military continues its operation to neutralize Hamas from the Gaza Strip. With shells crashing near residential areas, families left their homes and headed westward towards the nearby humanitarian designated area of Al-Mawasi. Bureau Report, DD India.
And in line with his commitment to showcase the cultural vibrancy of Northeast India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate Ashtalakshmi Mahotsav on Friday in New Delhi. The three-day cultural festival, being celebrated for the first time, will be held from 6th to 8th of December. It will highlight the vast cultural tapestry of Northeast India, bringing together an array of traditional arts, crafts and cultural practices. To promote economic opportunities in areas such as traditional handicrafts, handlooms, agricultural products and tourism, the Mahotsav will feature a variety of events. The Mahotsav will have design conclave and fashion shows displaying the rich handloom and handicraft traditions of Northeast India at the national stage. Highlighting the region's rich cultural heritage, the festival will also showcase vibrant musical performances and indigenous cuisines of Northeast India. Well, the Government of India has launched the Anachakra PDS supply chain optimization tool and the scan portal subsidy claim application under the National Food Security Act today at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. The landmark initiative aims to modernize and streamline the public distribution system, ensuring food security for millions across the nation. The event witnessed the presence of Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Prahlad Joshi, along with Ministers of State, P.L. Verma and Nimuben Jayanti Bhai Bambania, who emphasized the transformative potential of these digital tools in enhancing transparency and efficiency.
हम जो अभी 81 करोड़ लोगों के लिए जो हम राशन बांटते हैं हर महीने, इसका टोटल खर्चा होता है 2,20,000 crores. Nearly about 2,20,000 crores. कई देशों का इसका इतना बजट भी नहीं रहता है, the total all put together, but we are spending that much. So इसको ऑप्टिमाइज करने के लिए और हमारा FCI network of 2,297 depots, 550 railheads, 97 sidings, all put together एक बहुत बड़ा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है। तो इसीलिए अल्टीमेटली अन्न चक्रा पीडीएस सप्लाई चेन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टूल, इसमें एंड स्कैन पोर्टल, ये दोनों जो टूल और एक पोर्टल से बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में हमारा सेविंग्स होगा।
Well, the Anna Chakra tool is set to revolutionize the food supply chain, optimizing the distribution process, while the scan portal simplifies subsidy claims for states under the NFSA, reducing delays and ensuring accountability. Though these initiatives, the government reiterates its commitment to providing equitable food distribution and leveraging technology to empower citizens. And moving on, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Reserve Bank of India, led by Governor Shaktikant Das, will announce its bi-monthly policy decisions on Friday. The three-day meeting, which began on 4th of December, is being closely monitored as the RBI tackles major economic challenges. Key areas of focus for the policy include interest rates, inflation trends, growth projections and global oil prices, with the official decision to be revealed during a press conference. The Monetary Policy Committee meeting is set against a backdrop of slowing GDP growth, persistent inflation and reduced production levels, heightening expectations for policy changes. And Indian Parliament will resume its daily proceedings of the winter session on Friday, with the lower house of the Parliament to take the Railways Amendment Bill 2024 and the Disaster Management Act 2005 for consideration and passing. While in the upper house, Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting Dr. L. Murugan will make a statement regarding government business for the week commencing on Monday. Opposition continued to disrupt the proceedings in both houses of the Parliament on day 9 on Thursday. Even before the House assembled, opposition led by Congress staged a protest march against a business conglomerate wearing black jackets, even though other major parties from the opposition stayed away. And now let's take a look at other stories making news today. Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi attended the Indian Army Ideas and Innovation Competition and Seminar, showcasing the force's emphasis on technological advancement and creative problem solving. The event served as a platform to highlight cutting-edge innovations and strategic concepts aimed at enhancing operational efficiency and readiness. The central government has approved funding worth around $24 million to boost tourism sector in the Indian state of Madhya Pradesh. The fund will develop Kushubhau Thakre Hall International Convention Centre at an international level, as well as it will improve the infrastructure of the Orcha town. Indian artist Eklavya Prasad inaugurated a captivating art exhibition celebrating creativity and expression. The event brought together artists, art enthusiasts and dignitaries, offering a vibrant showcase of diverse artistic styles and themes aimed to promote cultural appreciation and encourage meaningful conversations through the lens of art. A 12th class student from Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, has created a remarkable drone designed to function as an air taxi. This air taxi prototype demonstrates advanced technological skills and highlights the creative potential of young minds. The achievement is not only a testament to his ingenuity, but also a reflection of the growing interest in cutting-edge technology among India's youth. And on to some sports news now. Team India gears up to take on Australia in the second test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy on Friday. The stage is set in Adelaide, where India will look to consolidate their lead in the 5-match series. The visitors are currently 1-0 up, having thrashed the host by convincing 295 runs in the first test. India will come into the match with momentum, having both skipper Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill, who were missing in Perth. The much-anticipated second test will feature the unique challenge of a day-night pink ball contest, while India welcomes back Rohit, who confirmed he will bat in the middle order to allow KL Rahul to continue opening. Australia will look to capitalise on their impressive record in pink ball test at home. And in chess, Indian chess grandmaster D. Gukesh and reigning champion Ding Liren will face each other in the 10th game of the World Chess Championship 2024 on Saturday in Singapore. Game 9 saw a 6th consecutive draw between both the challengers, where the game ended in a draw after 51 moves. Liren secured victory in the opening game, while the 18-year-old Gukesh claimed the third game. The players now have a rest day on Friday before Ding will have white in 2 of the next 3 games when the battle recommences on Saturday. The scores are now levelled at 4.5, 4.5. With just 5 games to go, the first player to reach 7.5 points will win the title. Well, India's public broadcaster Prasar Bharati has recently launched Waves, entering the field of OTT platform. Waves provide a complete infotainment ecosystem to digital media and OTT audiences. If you also want great content for free, then download Waves today. All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Live. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.